Good evening. Today we're doing a little bit of a haul video. Nothing too exciting, not a humongous amount of stuff, but it's a couple of things that I have picked up from Walmart recently, that I picked up from TJ Maxx recently. So just a handful of things. I have used some of the products already and I have thoughts on them. Some of them are repurchases of things I've owned in the past, and yeah, so we're just going to go through and I'll let you know what I've got. The things from TJ Maxx are all kind of spread out. You know, I bought them when I saw them at each TJ Maxx or Marshall's. But the stuff from Walmart, I actually went online to buy, I can't remember what I was doing actually originally on Walmart, but I ended up shopping their makeup section, and I kind of went just through sale stuff because I saw some of like the foundations and concealers and things were like $2, you know, like. I have found though on Walmart, if you buy it online and then go pick it up, you can get some of the things cheaper than you can in store. Like they're not on sale at that moment in store, but if you purchase online and go pick up, then they're that price. I don't know how that works out, but I've done that a couple of times now where, you know, I thought I could just go in and shop for it and they're not a discounted price. So Walmart's interesting like that. I don't know. This last couple times I've done it, I just order everything online, go pick it up, you know, at the pickup center, and you're good. So a couple of these things are like purchases from that. Oh, that's what I was doing. I remember why I was at Walmart. Okay, I'm now remembering what happened with this whole entire scenario. On Ulta, you know, you can do like the curbside pickup. I was ordering, I'll go ahead and show you, the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, which looks like this. I have used this, and it's pretty good. I don't have really strong feelings about it either way. I've only used it as a setting powder so far. That's what Jessica Braun and Taylor Wynn both suggested. That's how they use it. And it's good. I don't mind it. It's a nice powder, but I don't have really strong feelings either way about this at the moment. But yeah, this is what I was ordering from Ulta. So there's my first thing. While I was on there, I ordered a new e.l.f. Camo concealer, like the 16-hour matte concealer. Now I have the, what is this, the Hydrating already in the shade Light Peach, and it's almost gone. It's a good concealer. I enjoy it, but it's getting warmer out and I like a more matte complexion when that comes around. And I was like, I haven't had the original e.l.f. Camo concealer in such a long time. So I ordered it off of Ulta in Light Beige, in the regular original with the black top camo concealer. And in my bag was this instead, the satin concealer, the Hydrating, in Light Beige. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just keep it and I'll just order another one. Now I will swatch that in a minute next to the other e.l.f. Camo concealer in Light Beige, and they're not the same shade. But I got this and I thought, that's a little dark, but you know, maybe it'll work. Like I said, I will swatch this in a minute. So that's what I ordered from Ulta. Well, that's what I got from Ulta. That's not what I ordered from Ulta. So I got on Walmart. And getting on Walmart.com was a mistake. Because for whatever reason, I ended up getting most of these things for less than $5. And they're not normally that inexpensive. You know, drugstore prices are up here now. We're getting to, you know, $12, $13, $14. A lot of these things were like super on sale. I even think these were. I think these were $3 a piece instead of $6 or $7. I think they're $7 now. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and pick these up from Walmart. I'll just keep this one from Ulta. It's totally fine. So from Walmart, I picked up Light Beige and Fair Beige, knowing that these are usually a lot lighter than you think they're going to be. And I can just show you here just in the packaging. These are both Light Beige. Your eyes do not deceive you. Those are not even close to the same color. Let me show you a swatch. I have used all of these, and I do use different concealers every day, different tones of concealer every day, depending on what color my actual foundation is for the day, what the finish is, you know, if it's full coverage, medium coverage, is it too light, is it too dark, you know. I try to match my concealer accordingly with my foundation. Alright, so here is the shade Fair Beige, and like I said, I remember these being really, really light. And I do have some of this on today, along with the Light Beige. And they are brightening, I will say that. Okay, here's the Light Beige in the Original Camo. In the center there. In the Hydrating, here's Light Beige. Now this is the Hydrating in Light Beige. This is the original in Light Beige. And this is Fair Beige. So they are definitely not the same color. Yes, these do dry down a little bit in the center. They're definitely not the same color. So I would have been right in my assumption that I needed the matte in Light Beige. But that is not what I got from Ulta. So that's on me for not checking. Because she kind of opened the bag when I got there. And she was like, just to kind of make sure, I said, should just be a powder and concealer. And so she was like, yeah, that's what's in here. But it wasn't what I had ordered. But yeah, those are the 3 concealers in the e.l.f. line that I have picked up recently. I also picked up in the concealer category 2 more of the Covergirl Trublend Undercover concealers. And I do already have 2 of these in darker shades than these. I have M150 and L900. And these are probably both about gone, in all honesty. I've had these for a while. So I bought L400 and L600. They're a little bit lighter than these. Not significantly so, but they are a little bit lighter. Again, these were like $3. And I was like, okay, for that price, I'm going to get those. And I didn't buy them as backups, though. I purposely didn't buy the same colors I already have. I was like, I used to use L600 all the time. And I've used up one of these. So, you know what I mean? Like, kind of just going back to things that I was like, I really, really like that. I used up these products, you know, like these. And I'm like, I kind of wanted them back in my collection. So I was looking for this, and I found a slew of other things. So let me get to those. And it wouldn't be a complete video if I didn't drop something on the floor. Okay. I did go ahead and grab an e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in Brunette. And I have used this. I think it was like $1.73. So I wouldn't normally purchase the shade Brunette, but that was the only one on sale. And I was like, let's see. Let's see how this is. It is actually very, very warm. There it is right there. It almost has like a red tone to it. So it wasn't too bad. I've worn it. It's nice. It works. I know I like the formula of those, but I think if you had like true like cool tone brown hair, you would not like that because it is very warm leaning. I think we will finish up the Walmart items and then move on to TJ Maxx. So let's do that. Actually, since I was talking about it, I'll go ahead and swatch these CoverGirl concealers. Just because I know I would want to know. I was looking up, I actually have on the way a couple of Catrice items I ordered today, actually. I was looking for swatches of those. I just wanted to know before I purchased. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these. Just so you know what I have. They do still sell this in Walmart. It is a very good concealer. Alright, so on this end over here we have L400. Definitely a little bit warmer. Then we have L600 here, which is my favorite. The second one this way. Right here. It's my favorite. It's a little bit more neutral. Then we have L900, which is this one right here. And M150 is on the end. Like I said, they're not that different. But they all do have different undertones, so there are those. For the next thing, this is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream in the shade Light. And I just decluttered one of these. I don't know if it was this declutter or the other declutter. I know I got rid of this. And if you saw that, the packaging of that looks nothing like this. Like, it was definitely old. It was time to go. But again, this was on sale. Like, this one color was on sale specifically. So I was like, cool, I wear light. And I've worn this once now, I think, since I've had it. And I liked it. It worked out well. It was a little bit dark as the day went on. But this is something I kind of bought for the summertime. So I think this will be about perfect in, you know, the next couple of weeks. So the CoverGirl Clean Matte is what I picked up. A couple more foundations here. Like, I needed more foundations. But okay, now hear me out. I just finished one of these up in the shade 435. That was the first one I had, and it was too dark. So at one point in my life, I went down to 430. Still too dark. I went to 425. Still didn't love it. And then I bought the shade 420. And this one works okay. It works fine. The L'Oreal Infallible line, it tends to oxidize a little bit on me, meaning like as I wear it, it gets a little bit darker like throughout the day. And I don't love that, because then you can start to see that line, you know, where you, no matter how far you blend it, if it's not like perfectly down here, you're going to be able to see it. So I went ahead and picked up the shade 400 in the Infallible, and I was going to go like 15 or 10 or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm going to get the lightest one. And if it works, it works. If it's too light, then I can mix it with all of the other Infallible foundations I have. And again, this one was like $5 or $6, and this is normally between 13 and 15, depending on where you get it. So I thought for $5 or $6, I'm going to get the lightest one. And I've worn this one once on its own, and it didn't look bad. I kind of liked it. So I think this mixed with 420 would be like absolutely appropriate. And you can see, yeah. So that one is 420 and that one's 400. So I did buy another one of those. I like the foundation. It just ends up being like weird. So it's just not the right tones. So I did buy another one of those. I have a problem. I agree. And this is something else you saw me declutter. It looks really bad because I know that I recently picked up another Wet n Wild foundation, and then this one's... I know. But these are all things I know I like. Or this one is an example of something I never super got the feel for. This is the Superstay Activewear in 118 Light Beige. Again, this was $5 or $6. And the ones I had that you just saw me declutter, I think this last time I decluttered them, one was shade like, I think I had the shade 130 and the shade 105 or 1 something that was really, really light. At some point I had used like half of the super light one and realized it started to look cakey. It was looking really chalky on my skin. It just was not cute. So I bought a darker shade to mix with it. Well, that darker shade was really yellow, and it kind of just gave me like this orangey hue. It wasn't cute. It wasn't cute, and I never wore it, and I didn't like it. So I did get rid of those. Now, this one I have worn, and I wore it once so far. The shade 118 Light Beige. I really liked it the time I wore this. This shade is so much better for me than the other ones that I had, even mixed together, and I'm like, okay, I might be able to get behind this. Again, the more mattifying, you know, it's getting into summertime, and as I was decluttering and going through things, I'm like, I kind of got rid of a lot of my mattifying products because I wasn't enjoying those and they were getting old. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, they're starting to look a little cakey, a little crunchy. So I'm excited to try this a little more. I have only used it once, but I am not mad about that. Am I, you know, saying you should get rid of all your old stuff and get new of it? No, but some of those things definitely were older, or they were just really the wrong shade where you're not going to like it no matter what. If it looks way too light or way too dark, you're just not going to enjoy that. It's not right for you. And in this case, I feel like this foundation definitely was that, where those two shades were just so far in the opposite directions of working for me. So I'm excited to try this one, and I think it's going to be really nice. So I'll be using these all in upcoming videos. Now, again, I have these, but I don't. Okay. The L'Oreal Trumatch Lumi Bronzit. I know, this is like, people are going to be like, are you just serious? You just bought all the products you already own. Are you joking? But the L'Oreal Trumatch Lumi Bronzit in light. Is it light? Yes. 01 light. I love this. Oh, just jam my nail and the lid into it. Oh man. Okay. Well, my poor little bronzer. Anyway, this is like my favorite. My favorite. You can tell. I love this bronzer so much. And they have this on sale. It's normally between like 13, again, that like $11 to $13 mark. And it was on sale for like $7. And I was like, they have 3 shades. And so I bought the other 2 shades. And I don't hate it. This is shade number 2. 02. And this is the shade 03. This is medium. This is deep. I will swatch all these next to each other really quickly. Normally, I'm not like having all the bronzer colors kind of person, except in the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze. I have 3 shades of this as well, and I wear them all interchangeably. So this, to me, is like comparable to this. They're very similar looking on my skin. I had never considered walking in the store and purchasing these full price, but at like $7, I was like, I want to try both of the other shades. Okay, here is the shade number 1. Let's do some like little swatches here. Shade number 1, and this is like a thick swatch of shade number 1. All right, here's shade number 2, medium. This is a lot warmer, and I don't want to say I didn't think I was gonna like it because that would be silly for me to buy it, but there's shade number 2, medium. Definitely a warmer hue to it. I did wear it yesterday because I had like a warmer eye look on, and this is really, this is really appropriate for that. It just kind of gives a different warmth to the face than the shade number 1. And shade number 3, this is kind of that reddish tone. Like they all look a little bit different. Here's deep, medium, light. But in reality, I mean, they probably should have even deeper shades than that too. But, you know what, I can make all 3 of these work appropriately, but it is one of my favorite bronzers. And I did buy both of the other shades of the Trumatch Lumi Bronze It. I regret nothing. I have used those. I love them just as much as I love the other one. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Love. On to some TJ Maxx finds. Alright, I'm going to start with some brushes here, and the first one is this large shader brush from Sigma. Alright, so I've picked that up, loving that, because all of my other shader brushes are very small. All the other ones I like for the lid are more like this. You can see the difference there. So I really thought it was unique to my collection, so I did pick that up. And these are in their boxes, but I have used them. I'm not keeping them in their boxes. I just happen to still have the boxes. This is the Bake Kabuki, the F89. I actually use this for liquid foundation and concealer. It was nice. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to use this brush on its own because it's a little bit fluffier. It's for powder. It's for like baking, but I don't do that. But it fits nicely under the eye like this. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to use it, but like I said, I didn't use it for liquid products and I did really enjoy that. So there's that. I also picked up the Soft Blend Concealer Brush, and I normally use a more dense brush for concealer, but this kind of intrigued me. And I've used this a couple of times, and I like it. I think it's, I don't know, it's a little different than what I would normally use. Sigma brushes are always nice to pick up there. I feel like they're usually good. Now, I may have already used this in a video. I'm not sure. I know I've used this palette. But this is the BH Cosmetics Bellini palette. It is the blush palette. It does not smell like peaches. I was kind of disappointed. But it is super, super pretty. They've had a lot of their face palettes there recently like this. The bronzer palette and the ones that are like blush and highlighter or bronzer and highlighter. I haven't picked up any of those. I want to so badly. Like there's that part of me that's like, oh, I love BH, but I don't use palettes like that. I don't use the ones that have like 2 products in them, like a highlight, blush, highlight, bronzer. As you saw with my declutter, I have a lot of that kind of stuff and I just don't reach for that. I don't reach for those combo products. But this one being all blushes and all tones that I like and I can wear, I was like, okay, this I will use, this I will wear, this is useful to me. So I did pick that up. So we'll go on to a couple lip products here. I have a Lawless lip gloss. I actually bought 2 of these. This one's the shade Velvet, and I bought another one. It's a little more peachy in the shade Manuca. Are those? They're nice. I have the pink one, like this one on today, over a lipstick. These are okay. They're pretty. Like, they're pretty for sure. The doe foot is super tiny on here. Like, the doe foot is so small. And that's not my favorite. Like, I feel like I struggle to get product out. Like, on here, it just isn't a ton of product. It's a weird place to swatch that. Okay, so there's that. They're more pigmented lip glosses, but I prefer more lip gloss all at once. And I know that's not everybody's preference. I don't know, somewhere between that and like the Fenty Beauty is an appropriate amount of lip gloss on the wand. These are pretty. I like I said, having it on, it feels nice. It's not sticky. It's almost like an, I don't want to say oily because that sounds negative, but it has like a smooth texture to it. So it's a nice lip gloss. I do wish more came out each like dip. That felt like the most awkward thing ever to say out loud. Can you tell it's late? It's my kids' first day of summer break. And I don't know. I ended up just spending the day with them and not doing anything else. And I'm like, I probably should make some videos. Okay. I also bought the MAC lipstick in Chili. Yes, I already have one of these. But look at the packaging of this. I love this. Now, MAC lipsticks aren't my favorite thing. I'm not like dying over it. They're nice. They're pretty. They're fun. It even has it like on this. But yes, I did buy this because this packaging is fabulous. But there's that. It's a nice warm red shade, but yeah, the packaging of this was like, I have to have this. All the other MAC lipsticks, like in the black packaging, I have several. Between the packaging and the lipstick, I'm like, they're nice for sure. Like, it's a good standard lipstick, but the fact that there is no other coloring on the packaging drives me bonkers. But this one, whatever collection this is from, stunning. I actually have 3 more foundations and a bronzer. 3 more foundations. That's a lot. I didn't realize. As I'm doing this, sometimes you have that moment like after you've done something and you're like, did I need to buy 6 new foundations? Did I? But then there's that thought like, well, I didn't buy them all at the same time. Like, I forgot I bought new ones. It makes me happy. I will use them. I'm excited. Okay. Now, I did buy the Clinique Super Balanced Makeup, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this one in a video. And this is in the shade CN70 Vanilla. And thinking vanilla, I'm like, oh, pretty light shade, right? No, it's not. It's pretty dark. Like vanilla. Vanilla. I feel misled. And the texture of this feels really nice. Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I really like this. So I'm going to try to mix this one with some lighter foundations. I don't know the Clinique, like what their wording is. It was 05 Vanilla. Now it's CN70 Vanilla. And then in parentheses it says MF. I don't know what that means. I don't know. It just, there's too much happening. And vanilla to me is vanilla. Like, ho-hum, vanilla, really light, really, you know, the color of ice cream. Vanilla ice cream, come on. And that's in my mind when I think of this. So I'm like, anyway, the texture of this looked really nice. That is obviously too dark for me. So I might try to mix it. We'll see what we can do. But there's that. Well, I guess I kind of did learn my lesson because this is in the shade CN10 Alabaster VF. Is it very fair? Medium fair? The Beyond Perfecting Concealer and Foundation. And this one was actually a much better match. Here is CN10 of Beyond Perfecting, which is this one. So I have used this one once. It looked nice. It wasn't bad. It was a pretty good color match. So, but the Beyond Perfecting was pretty good the time I used it. Again, not a lot of true feelings about most of these products, except for these. Like, I really love this. But everything else, kind of checking out, testing out, working on. The last foundation I bought was the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in the shade 1C0 Shell. Now, I have a couple of these. The first one I bought was in 3-in-1 Ivory Beige. Thinking, again, reading the words Ivory Beige, thinking it would be appropriate. I don't know what color I think my foundation should be. Pasty white are the words I should be looking for. So, here is this one. I know I didn't haul this one, but I am going to swatch it. Okay, so this is the Ivory Beige. I also have this in the shade, the one I've been wearing, 2C3 Fresco. This actually looks pretty nice. It can look a little dark, depending on how far down I pull it on my neck. But I don't mind it. I do like the 2C3 one. 3-in-1 Ivory Beige is this one, and then 2C3 Fresco is over here. So both of those are a little deep. Knowing I had the Ivory Beige one, I was like, okay, I definitely need something to lighten that up. And they had this at TJ Maxx, and I do really like it. This is actually what I'm wearing today. Just this one, not mixed with anything else. Again, me thinking, that's way too light. That's ridiculous. I couldn't possibly. Okay, shade is perfect. All right. And there's the 2C or 1C0. Okay. But like, yeah, this one's way too dark. That one's pretty good, like a pretty good match. And that one's this. It's not really too light, but it can look a little light if I don't have the other, you know, the appropriate other products on. So I'm excited about that one. Definitely going to use that for me. Like you can even tell with these, you can't tell now that I've shaken it, but this one I've already used like down to here. I really, really like these. They're very long wearing. I understand why they are so popular. Last but not least for this little haul here, another product I'm wearing today as a bronzer, I found the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This was like all the rage when I started watching YouTube. And I think this is the newer packaging. Oh, look how pretty this is. The reason I buy anything Too Faced. I don't know what's going on with them right now. I think they're having a moment as well. This smells like chocolate, like perfumey chocolate. It is super, super light. Like it's not that dark. And it is fully matte. And I've used it once. And I like it. Long wear matte bronzer made with 100% natural cocoa powder. There's other stuff in there. It's just infused with that. It's not just like cocoa powder in a pan. But I'm excited. I was really excited to find this. This was a really exciting one for me lately. Like some of these other ones, I'm like, oh, I've kind of heard about it. I kind of want to try it. This one, I was like, oh my gosh. They actually also had they had the all matte version of this, the Natural Eyes palette. I've had this one for a while. But they had the matte version of this. And it was still like 25 bucks. And I was like, this one for me is just okay. I bought it for the packaging. And I was like, a neutral matte palette. I'm not really going to wear that. But knowing it looked like this inside, I wanted to buy it so badly. But I didn't. I refrained. But I did buy this. And I was very excited to have this in my collection now. So I literally bought 4 bronzers, 5 concealers, 6 foundations, an eyebrow pencil, and a powder foundation. A couple lip glosses and a lipstick. I don't know if anybody else does this, where you go through like phases though, where you're like, I need some new foundations. And then you buy like all the new foundations and you're like, slow your roll. But it gets to be like summertime and I'm like, oh, matte foundations and bronzers and like matte concealers. Well, I should be ready to do some summertime themed videos because my gosh. Okay. I think that is all for this video. I'm really excited to try out some of these products. I've used most of them, not all of them. And I haven't been really disappointed by anything yet. Like I said, the shade of this one, that's my bad, you know. That's not me. But everything else, I'm really excited. I think I have some really cute stuff. Some really nice like foundations to be trying. So I've not been great about like mentioning or writing down the things that I wear in each video, but I think I might try to do that. I don't know if that's helpful. I kind of feel like as I was going today trying to like search through people's videos for the Catrice foundations and concealers, I was like, do they have listed what they're wearing? And I thought, I should probably start doing that. So if that's helpful, let me know. If I'm going to do that and nobody even cares, also let me know. So I can save myself the trouble if it's absolutely irrelevant to everyone. So I think that's all for today. I hope you have a good night. I need to go wipe this makeup off and get a drink because dang, I've been talking way too long. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing. Good night.